Making people like you is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. It's not about being fake or pretending to be someone you're not. Instead, it's about understanding the psychology of connection and using simple, effective techniques to build trust and rapport. Imagine being able to walk into any room and instantly create a positive impression, or holding a conversation that leaves people feeling valued and understood. This isn't about manipulation, it's about tapping into the fundamental principles of human connection. So today, we're diving deep into the art of influence and persuasion, and by the end of this video you'll have the tools to make people genuinely like you. The first principle is simple yet powerful. Show genuine interest in others. People love to feel heard and appreciated. When you take the time to ask questions and truly listen to the answers, you make the other person feel important. For example, instead of dominating the conversation, shift the focus to them. Ask about their interests, their experiences, their opinions. When someone sees that you genuinely care about what they have to say, it creates an instant bond. Remember, it's not about faking it. Your interest has to be real, and people can sense the difference between authenticity and pretense. Next, let's talk about the power of a smile. A warm, genuine smile can light up a room and immediately make you more approachable. It's a universal signal of friendliness and positivity, and it's contagious. When you smile, you not only make yourself feel better, but you also lift the mood of those around you. Imagine meeting someone for the first time. If they greet you with a warm smile, doesn't that instantly make you feel more comfortable? A smile is a small gesture, but it has a big impact, so don't underestimate its ability to break down barriers and build connections. Another essential tip is to use people's names. There's something incredibly personal about hearing your own name. It grabs attention and creates a sense of familiarity. When you make the effort to remember someone's name and use it naturally in conversation, it shows that you value and respect them. For example, instead of saying, "Hey, nice to meet you," you could say, "Hey Sarah, it's great to meet you." This small touch personalizes your interaction and leaves a lasting impression. But be careful not to overuse it. Balance is key. Let's dive into another powerful concept: finding common ground. People are naturally drawn to those who share similar interests, values, or experiences. When you identify what you have in common with someone, you create an immediate sense of connection. For instance, if you both enjoy the same type of music or have traveled to similar places, mentioning it can spark a deeper conversation and make your interaction more memorable. But what if you don't immediately see something in common? That's where curiosity comes in. Ask questions, explore their world, and you'll often find more similarities than you expected. Empathy is another game changer when it comes to making people like you. Understanding someone's emotions and putting yourself in their shoes can transform the way you interact. For example, if a friend is sharing a problem with you, instead of jumping in with advice, take a moment to acknowledge how they're feeling. You could say, "That sounds really tough. I can see why you'd feel that way." This simple act of validating their emotions makes them feel seen and understood, and it deepens your connection on a human level. Now let's talk about mirroring. This psychological technique involves subtly reflecting the other person's body language, tone, and speech patterns. It's not about copying them, but rather creating a sense of harmony. For example, if someone is speaking softly and calmly, matching their tone can make the conversation feel more comfortable, or if they lean forward while talking, doing the same shows that you're engaged. Mirroring helps people feel like you're on the same wavelength. But again, subtlety is key. Overdoing it can come off as insincere. One of the most underrated skills in making people like you is giving sincere compliments. Everyone appreciates being recognized for something they've done well, or for qualities that make them unique. For instance, if you notice someone's creative approach to solving a problem, tell them, "I really admire how you came up with that solution. It's impressive." The key is to be specific and genuine. Generic or insincere compliments won't have the same effect, but when you truly mean what you say, it creates a positive and lasting impression. Another strategy is to be a positive presence. No one likes to be around someone who's constantly negative or complaining. Instead, focus on bringing good energy to your interactions. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or being overly cheerful all the time, but rather finding ways to uplift others and keep the conversation engaging. For example, sharing a funny story or offering words of encouragement can make people associate you with good vibes, and they'll naturally want to spend more time with you. Finally, let's talk about authenticity. At the end of the day, people like those who are real. Trying to be someone you're not will only backfire. Embrace your quirks, be honest about your thoughts and feelings, and don't be afraid to show vulnerability when appropriate. For example, if you're nervous about something, admitting it can make you more relatable. Authenticity is what allows people to connect with the real you, and that's the foundation of any genuine relationship. Now that you've learned these principles, think about how you can apply them in your daily life. Whether you're meeting someone for the first time or strengthening existing relationships, these tips will help you create connections that are meaningful and lasting. Making people like you isn't about tricks or manipulation, it's about understanding human nature and being intentional in the way you interact. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, because in the next video, we're diving even deeper into the art of influence and human behavior, giving you the tools to thrive in every aspect of your life. See you in the next one.